Hey, how's it going, guys? Garcia here with another portfolio update. So in this video, I'll break down the portfolio, show you some of the moves I made today, share some of the posts from Twitter, and give the shoutouts at the end of the video. Okay, so let's get to it. We are at $174,145.14 after hours. So there have been some changes. I have diversified a little bit from Palantir, so I'm excited to share that. So let's start here. We're down 0.5% in the small account. We're up 28.5% in the past 3 months, and we're up 67% year to date and all time. All time really just going back to April 10th of this year. Okay, so in this account, I'm not sure if I had any Palantir in this account that I sold recently, but I have increased my allocation in Rocket Lab and Novix in this account. I'm not sure if I bought any shares today here. Did I? Oh, I think I did. Yeah, so I bought 28 shares to just bring it up to an even 150. So yeah, I bought shares in all three companies here, and we'll go to the next account. This next account, we're down 0.5% today. We're up 28.8 in the past 3 months. 54.5% year to date, and 54% all time. All time being December 14th or December 22nd, 2023. Oh, so I guess it does change. So for this one, it was April 11th. Okay, so not too far. Okay, so in this account, if you notice, there is no more Palantir here. And why is that? I have an allocation that I set, and I wanted it to be, of course, mostly Palantir, but I did want to increase my position sizing in TSLL, Rocket Lab, and the Novix. And given where the price is on all four companies, we'll go back to, so I did sell the Palantir in this account, and I moved the funds across. I kind of split them up between Novix, Rocket Lab, and TSLL. You'll notice that the share count has shot up since the last update. So I am pretty serious about increasing the allocation here. But I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm not going to make this like 25%, 25%, 25%, and sell out all my Palantir. The reason I did it here a lot more aggressively as well is because these are tax advantage accounts. So here I can buy and sell these shares without having to worry about capital gains. This account, however, is different. In the main account, we're up 1.2% thanks to Palantir. We're up 50.6% in the past 3 months, 106%, 107% year to date, 100% in the past year officially. Well, that's cool. And 63.6% all time. And all time being August 2nd, 2021. So yeah, this is the oldest account. Okay, so in this account, this is the one where, let's go to the percent change or the last price. So why am I starting to do that now? Why am I being more aggressive in diversifying between Palantir and the rest of the other stocks? The main reason is that if you rewind back to the last time that I actually owned Rocket Lab and Novix and TSLL in a very serious way, with TSLL, I had a huge position back in December. Back in December, I sold TSLL like at $14. Or here, back to here. So I sold it at around 14 something. It was around here, 14.50, 14.75. Yeah, around here. And yes, you can say, hey, but dude, you're buying it. You could have been buying it here, at 8, 7, at 5. I think it got below 5 for like a brief moment. I think it like briefly went below 5. But here, during all this period, I was just focused on accumulating Palantir. And it's like, yes, the money that I did get from selling the shares here, even though I'm buying almost where I sold, I mean, you look at what Palantir has done in the 1 year that since I started buying it. I mean, Look at that. It's like it's same time frame. You know, the past year. This is December. So it goes around here. December. This is when I really started buying Palantir heavy in the 16s, 17s. So I was buying Palantir and I loaded up as much as I could before earnings. And I was very, fortunate and lucky for it to have started moving so wildly as quickly as it did. And I'm not going to ignore, over 100% gains in less than a year and think that I can just continue to to keep up this performance. Sure, Palantir can continue to go up, but I do think we might be kind of bouncing around a certain range at these levels. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of that money that I made with Palantir here, and I will be putting it back into TSLL. That in the past year, it's really not done much. Look at that. It's still down year to date. And then we go to Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab has shot up year to date, right? It's up 78%. And here, this is more of a much longer term position. I mean, if you look at the all time, it's not even reaching where it's the SPAC, barely there. So, excuse me. So for me, this is going to be a much longer term play as well. I do expect it to pull back, so I'm not going to be too bummed out if it does go back to like the 7s. I do expect that. With Enovix, what has that done in the past year? Hasn't been going anywhere in the past year. So since I started going heavy in Palantir in the beginning of this year, which was around here, I'm still picking it up at a much better price than it was even back in July. I actually sold some shares in the Roth IRA back at, I think it was at $16. Yeah, it was around 16 when I sold it. Might have been on this side. Who knows? But the point is, I think it's prudent for me to trim a little bit off the top with Palantir at these levels and redistribute it between my other high conviction holdings. But I am not going to be touching these 3,700 shares because I was checking my history and purchasing and all that, and I haven't held these for over a year. So the oldest lot in these 3,700 shares goes back to the end of October, I believe. So I'm not going to be selling any of these shares before that. That would mean paying, that's the difference of like 15-20% in additional capital gains tax, going from paying short term instead of long term. So that's not something that I'm even thinking of doing. And I might not even sell, even if it crosses the 1 year mark. I'm leaning towards just using money deposited when I start depositing money more frequently, and money that I receive from covered calls and cash secured puts to buy more shares that way in TSLL, Rocket Lab, and Enovix. That's the goal. So, and that's what I'm doing here. So if you go here to the equity, this shows on the sells, it tells you how much money is on the table. So with the Palantir covered calls, I have 20 contracts and they're worth $113 each. So that means there's a market value of $2,200 left on the table. So if I hold on to these by October 25th, I'm going to try to collect as much of that as possible. I might just close these out like at 5-10 cents. I'm really just going to try to squeeze out as much as I can from these because I paid a debit for these. So that is something you have to keep in mind. So just because I'm profitable now by a little bit, I'm profitable by $1,600. I'm really not, because I need to take into consideration this roll here. And then you have to go into the history of that roll, like what was the roll before that? Did I have to pay to get into these contracts that I paid to roll? So if you're not keeping track of that, you just have to play it safe. Like for me, I'm not keeping very good track. So I'm just going to play it safe and try to get 80-90% profit before trying again and selling the next contract. And something that somebody brought up in another video is if I could do a beginner's video on selling puts or selling calls, or other topics about investing, and I do like the idea. But I do want to make sure I do it in a very concise way. I don't want to be too wordy. I don't want to waste your guys' time. So give me some time to kind of develop a plan or some type of an overview, so that way it's very concise, very quick, straight to the point, and you guys actually gain things of value out of that video. Okay, so I think that covers the portfolio. So overall, just to recap, the overall the allocation now has kind of gone from 85% Palantir to now I think I'm at 77, the high 70s. Let's just say 77%, 3% cash, so that takes us to 80. And then the other 20% is split up between cash, TSLL, Rocket Lab, and the Novix. And TSLL is about twice as large as Rocket Lab and my Novix positions. So let's say if you added up both the Rocket Lab and the Novix allocation, it would equal the TSLL allocation, just so you guys kind of get a reference on what it is. Like, this is kind of like a micro, this is kind of a good idea of what it would look like. So 7,000 in TSLL, we're thinking more like 3,000 in Rocket Lab, 3,000 in Novix, and 3,000 in cash. So yeah, I hope it clears that up a little bit. Let's see. Let's go to what's going on Twitter. Thinking of 2011, simpler times. You guys remember that? The whole planking, the planking craze, man.
What's Baja Blast?
This famous linguist once said that of all the phrases in the English language, of all the endless combinations of words in all of history, that
Baja Blast
is the most beautiful.
What's Baja Blast?
So, Donnie Darko, for those who don't know. This was in response to Davis's post, drinking a Baja Blast out of a Palantir mug. Excuse me. Somebody said that thing looks like it's glowing. I thought it was hilarious. Where is it? I see you're a person of culture as well. That straight up looks like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Oh yeah, there it is. I responded to it. I mean, look, that thing was glowing. Oh man. Let's see. Oh man. This guy is in the Space Force, and the way he talks about Bitcoin is awesome. So he is talking about Bitcoin as a source of power projection, a form of defending, I guess, in a form of cybersecurity. And the concepts he talks about and the way he talks about it is just like blowing my mind. So for those, you guys should check him out. Like, he has some pretty cool. You becoming a Bitcoin bro? Portfolio update. Sold all my Palantir and now Bitcoin. I'm buying I'm becoming a whole coiner. I think I even edited one of these. Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah. This is the link, you guys. So you guys can look this up. It's kind of like a 30-minute lecture, but this guy, he breaks down Bitcoin in a very interesting way. Here I kind of talked to him. I said in the lecture, he talks about Bitcoin not as a financial tool, but as a form of projecting power in cyberspace. So hey, if you guys are interested, any Bitcoin bros watching, Mark, sometimes he watches the videos, ETF, let me know what you guys think about this guy, Jason Lowery. All right. Point of view, you got promoted to lead Hezbollah 17 minutes ago. Here is the year-to-date and all-time returns. You guys get that in every video on Twitter. I like to share it on Saturdays or Sundays. So yeah, but overall, I mean, between beating SPY this year, I'm crushing SPY, like doing damn. So I am grateful about that. All-time double, crushing SPY as well there. So I only hope to continue that. I only hope to do a little bit better than SPY throughout my trading career, investing career, I should say. Me and the boys tomorrow morning locking in. And I tried Shazamming the song because I played it on my speakers at home on the subwoofer, and dude, the bass is deep on this song. Like it's let's see. Excuse me, are y'all with the cult? No, we're going to the Palantir investor meetup. Yeah, this is it. Look at them all swagged out too. Shout out to Eliana for the hoodie and the swag. The Chinese Communist Party watching Americans ape in right before invading Taiwan. Degen's preparing for J Pel's speech. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, this is the portfolio update here. I'll be sharing it on Twitter as well. All right. Well, I would like to thank all of you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your time. And yeah, give me your feedback. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything you would like for me to cover in particular when it comes to these kind of like one-on-one videos or introduction videos or videos for people who are new to this. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, leave your comments down below. I hope you guys have a great day.